Ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, Sonic Blue here, and I'm back again to tell you about a whole brand new scammer that's out there. Those of you that use Amazon.com really regularly may have run into this scammer already. This happens to be a brand new scammer for 2017, and it's just so brand spanking new that hardly anybody knows about it, and hence why I decided to put together this video to educate everybody and in hopes to make everybody smarter about who they're dealing with on Amazon. What we are in for, folks, is what is known as the China scammer. These are the scammers that have decided to all of a sudden open up an Amazon.com account and start vending make-believe items and no intentions of shipping out anything to customers in the United States or in other countries. Now, it seems pretty scary, but since you're through Amazon.com, you're also backed by the A to Z guarantee. The A to Z guarantee will guarantee that you as a buyer are guaranteed the items that you place your orders for, and you are guaranteed to get those items or your money back, and they will strive to get that money back if you happen to run into a scam. So you never have to worry about losing your money with the A to Z guarantee. But the only thing that you're out is a lot of time, a lot of inconvenience, and a lot of frustration. And that can never come back. That will always be with you until you get your refund back, and in order to try again with a more reputable company. But I'm going to try to show you some of the ways to get around the Chinese scammers. Now, I regret not being able to show everybody everything that is solid proof because, unfortunately, I was up all night long with people at Amazon letting them know that I found another China scammer, and I was informing them, I was in live chat with them, I was talking with them about what happened in the person's account, and subsequently other people had found this person as well at the same time I did, and unfortunately I still haven't gone to sleep yet, and it's 7:34 in the evening. I had a lot to do today, I had a lot of errands to run, and by the time I got back home, the account that I got scammed under for the third time in a row, the person that ended up scamming me also scammed a lot of other people, and now all of a sudden his storefront vanished. Nothing is available in his storefront anymore. Now, a little explanation as to why there are so many China scammers out there. Amazon.com decided to widely open their e-commerce to the world, which means that anybody can sign up for an Amazon account to send their products and wares overseas. And in some cases might be a valuable thing, because there are some things that are made in other countries that are not made in your country of origin. Let's say for the United States, for the example. I have certain electronics that I need to buy, and in order to get those parts, I need to order them overseas. They don't make them here in America, so sometimes I have to order overseas in order to get the parts I need to complete my projects. Now, just to let everybody know, not everybody from China or not everybody from Hong Kong are going to be scammers. In fact, I've not yet run into a scammer from Hong Kong yet. They all seem to be in China for some reason. So here are some of the things that you can look at before you go and place your order, before you jump on a price, before you think that, oh my god, this is a great price, I have to jump on it before I lose it. Before you do that, be smart and do your research. You have to do your research here, otherwise chances are you're going to fall into the scam, and it's going to be at least a week or two before you get your refund through A to Z guarantee. You will get it. Like I said, it's just an inconvenience of time and frustration before you get your refund, and then you can place your order again through somebody more reputable. I'm going to try to do what I can to show you what things to look for so that you don't get taken by the China scammer. When a vendor or a dealer shows up on Amazon, chances are you don't know them, they don't know you, and you've never done business with them before. The best way to look into seeing who you're dealing with, first of all, let me go to the person that, let me go to the item, actually, that interested me, because I run a puppet show, and I found a couple of characters I would love to add to my cast, and I thought I was going to add these characters to the cast, at a very good rate, mind you. Now, the person I was going to get it from said that they were in Illinois, and that's right, a couple of states over in the United States. I placed the order for the puppets, and the next thing I know, it's already been shipped. I checked my email not more than 2 minutes later, and it's already been shipped. And this was 5 o'clock in the morning. How can it possibly be shipped from Illinois 2 minutes after I place the order at 5 o'clock in the morning. Impossible. So I look at the tracking information, and where is it coming from? China Post. Yeah, China Post. China, Illinois? No, there is no Illinois in China. So what ended up happening was the scammer entered false information. Now, say you're looking for an item like this three-headed dragon right here. And it is a kind of interesting puppet here. You know, takes a little trickiness to get used to, and fortunately I do have the red version of this puppet, so I'm used to the workings of it. I just need the blue guy, because he's a different character. Now, look at the price, $25.19 and free shipping. Now, that's very understandable, and that's usually what you would find for a puppet of this stature. And that's what you're going to find in a puppet like this, $25.19. That is a going rate for this puppet. Now, let's say you find a vendor that comes along that sells it for cheaper. And let's say you want to make a jump on it before anybody else does. Maybe there's only just one in stock and you want to be the first one in on it. Before you're quick to place that order, before you're quick to send your payment through, stop and look into all the research. Like I said, I can't show you everything, but I can try to show you some of the things to watch out for that are still evident before it all goes away. Now, first of all, you're going to want to come down here to compare and contrast some shipping as well as original price, because it could vary from vendor to vendor. So we're going to go into the listing of different vendors. Now, the one on the top is always the one that's cheapest, $25.19 with free shipping, no estimated tax. Now, what you want to look for is condition first. If it's in brand new condition, chances are it's going to go for around the price that you expect. $25.19, $26, $27, that's going rate. You know, anywhere within the realms of that price is going to be expected. Chances are it's not going to be scammed, because what scammer is going to do the research on every single item that they're trying to push into their storefront or storefront? And they're not even going to do the research. So they're going to set the price at whatever they feel like, and it's going to be the same for every single item in their store. We'll get to that in a moment. So look for the price. Does it compare to other vendors' prices? If it does, chances are you found a legitimate company. Let's go to condition. Is it brand new? Is it used? If it's used, it'll say it's used. Chances are not a scammer if they say it's used. Look at delivery. Usually, if they are reputable enough and they take the time to put this into their account, scammers do not do this. They're in a hurry to scam you out of money, or try to. But look where they put. They ships from Kansas City, ships from, and some places don't do that because some places don't really, put that in their storefront, but they are reputable anyhow. We'll get around that too. But so don't always rely on delivery to find where it ships from. A lot of places will put this in, a lot of places won't. But how can you tell if it's a scam? You really, really can't until you go do further research. But the reason why I'm pointing out delivery, because like I said, sometimes I do order from China, sometimes I do order from Hong Kong. And non-scammers from China and Hong Kong, legitimate companies from China, are going to put, and they always do. I've never run into a legitimate Chinese company that has never done this, but they always put in ships from China or ships from Hong Kong. If they put that in there, chances are it's not a scammer. I mean, don't let it discourage you just because they're from China or Hong Kong. Just be very wary, but chances are you can go through them with confidence and they will be as legitimate as they say. The scammer is not going to put that place of origin. They're going to say that they're from somewhere else. They're going to say if they're from Texas or Illinois or Ohio or Pennsylvania or New York or California, and then you place your order. What ends up happening is you get like what happened to me, and immediately you get shipped out in the middle of the night, and you go to the shipping information, the tracking information, you look on Amazon, and where is it coming from? China Post. When you just read it was coming just a couple of states over. Scam! That is a scam, folks. So you really can't rely on delivery when it says ships from all the time, but you can pretty much get a feel for what is right and what is not right. This is what is the clincher here. If it says it's from China and they say they're from China, chances are they're from China and they're not going to scam you. Same thing from Hong Kong. Now look at seller information. If your item is going through a retail store, meaning the name of a company. Jungle Store, Hobby Hunters, A to Z Hut, Act 2 Books and Puppets, Puppets on the Pier, The Wooden Toy, Alligator's Tail, Wise Owl Toys and Games. These are all reputable companies, and I've had the pleasure of dealing business with some of them. And they are very reputable, mainly because they have this in their corner. Positive ratings. Look at the percentage of positive ratings. Is it over 50%? Chances are you're not going to get scammed. What you're looking for is as close to the 100% mark as possible. Now, you're not going to find a 100% shiny, perfect company. No company has absolute, impeccable, perfect reputation. Somewhere along the way, a disgruntled customer will leave negative feedback. That's normal. What you're after is the majority. If it's that close to 100%, only maybe off by 3 to 5%, chances are it's a good company. If it's off by 10 or 20%, it's, pretty good. It strives to be good, but they do make mistakes from time to time. If it's any less than that, you kind of want to go with something that is higher than, say, 75%. You don't want to go down below 75% positive. So keep it above 75, close to 100 as possible. If you're not sure, and if it doesn't say, if they're a brand new customer, they don't have any feedback yet, chances are that could be a scammer. But chances are it could be a brand new company too, so how can you tell for sure? Well, here's where the seller information comes in handy yet again. If it is a store, chances are it may be a brand new store. Let's say you really don't feel safe enough to give it a chance. Probably you shouldn't give it a chance. Let somebody else try it. Maybe somebody else could be the guinea pig. But you're really looking for something that you can place an item through a legitimate company. You probably want to go for somebody else. Somebody who's been in the business for a lot longer than a day. So, if you're looking for a legitimate company, look for somebody who's been in the business longer than a day. Long enough to generate the positive feedback. If you don't see any positive feedback, yeah, you might not want to go with them. You might want to go with somebody who has a lot of positive feedback. So that's a good way to prevent getting scammed, just in case. You got to pay a few bucks extra. It sure beats being scammed out of your money. So even though it might cost more, go with the one who has been in the business longer. If you go with somebody who's not been in business very long, chances are they're A, a scammer, B, going to make more mistakes than it's worth, or C, may not have enough of a reputation to base your business out of. And you want somebody who has done lots of business with lots of clientele. Keep that in mind. So now you know what to look for in a legitimate company. Now let me show you what an illegitimate or China scammer company looks like. This is that Chinese scammer. Let me go back to my order, actually. This is the fool's storefront. Now take a look. You remember the price of the puppet here? 27 bucks, 26 bucks? How about $5.88? Now, like I said, this is a brand new scam. I'm still learning the ins and outs of this, but after this experience, I pretty much have learned it all. I've been through this twice before, and this is the very first time I've run into a very cheap price like this. Now, you can't blame me for trying to jump on this puppet at $5.88, and that was the only one that I saw until this one came along, and I'm like jumping on that. I'm like, wait a minute. Let me do my research. Looked into it. Guess what? I just fell into a scam. Here's why. Look at the name, Greg Wilson. If it is a person's name, chances are it's going to be fake. Unfortunately, this was also a brand new vendor, a brand new dealer. So none of this was even here. So chances are I was one of the first to order from this guy. Now look, at the not even 24 hours later, the seller is fake, Chinese seller, knockoff item scan, never received a scan, scam, Chinese seller, do not buy, says shipped in US, confirms it's from China, do not order. That is because Greg Wilson said that he was from Illinois, yet his items shipped from China Post. That's an ideal scammer right there. So don't go for it. You want to see my comment? Right here for the two items. Don't bother ordering from this one. It's another China scammer. It says he's from Illinois, USA, but shipping from China. The item shipped the instant the order got placed, and the tracking number are fake. China scammer, China scammer, China scammer. So let's Unfortunately, other people did not see my comment, or they placed it at the very same time that I did, and they found this out at the same time I did. Sad, isn't it? Now, if you are ordering your item from a person's name, don't do it. Whatever you do, don't do it. A person's name is easier to scam than a company. Just think about that. A person's name is easier to scam on you than a company is. A company is trying to make itself look legitimate. A person's name doesn't care. Just goes to show how lazy the scammer is, too. Now let's go to the storefront. This is the fun part. Look at all the items. Now, he didn't even have this Greg Wilson, assuming it is a he. Could be a robot for all I care. But I didn't even see any of these video games. Madden, NFL 17 for PS4, Skyrim 5 for the Xbox One. I didn't even see these two things. What I saw were a bunch of kids' toys. It looked like a kid's toy store. And you don't see any of the prices at all either. Okay, well, I don't know where it is, but somewhere down on the bottom where they showed thumbnails of everything else that was in the storefront, everything said, product unavailable, product unavailable. They shut him down. Yeah, they shut him down real fast. But thanks to that A to Z guarantee, they will make sure that all scammers that once they get discovered will get shut down. You'll get your refund. The only thing you're out really is time, lots of frustration, and lots of sad faces on the holidays if it's a time-sensitive situation. If you happen to be taken by a scammer, and it does happen, let's say, I mean, you're not going to always be 100% adamant. You're not going to be able to, look at every single thing and say, okay, this guy's a scammer, this guy's not a scammer. What if he is a really smart scammer who is working hard at taking your money? What if he's a smart cookie that knows the ins and outs of how to really hide in the world of scamming and does a good job at it and happens to scam you? Well, first of all, A to Z guarantee will stand there in your defense. They will get your refund back to you. But nobody likes to be scammed. Even if it's a guarantee you're going to get your money back, nobody likes to be scammed. I don't like to be scammed. So what do? Well, I want to show you a website that's a lifesaver to me, and that name of the website is 17Track. And what this is a multicultural tracking system. It tracks packages from anywhere in the world. All you have to do is put in the tracking number, hit track, and it will pinpoint the exact location where your package is, what station it had left into, what station it's coming into, and where it's going. It will give you up-to-date information as it happens. So 17Track has been there for me time and time again. I cannot stress this enough. If you ever need it, use it, bookmark it. It's 17track.net. And you can also choose your language in case your English isn't your best language. You can choose your language, and it has every single language you can possibly think of. They are here to help you get your packages and make sure you stay away from scams. Now, this is what I discovered about Greg Wilson. Greg Wilson had these amazing items, and I wanted to order them. I wanted to get these new cast members, and I really, really wanted to get them as soon as possible, so I didn't think to do the research. Well, let's go into the order details where they give me the tracking information. Now, this is where using Amazon will not work when it comes to pinpointing your packages. Go to Track Package, and you think you can do this all in one place. Amazon.com doesn't know any better about tracking packages. All it has to take is for some scammer to say, package has been shipped, and that's all they need to do. Amazon will do the rest, and Amazon will make it look like your package is on the way. You see that? Amazon doesn't know whether it's a scam or not. Amazon doesn't know whether your package in fact has been sent, because it has been informed by a scammer your package has been sent even though there is no package. Never was, never will be. But Amazon doesn't know that. Here's what you got to do. It does keep your very handy tracking number right here. So what you're going to do is you're going to copy your tracking number, and look, China Post. Yeah, that's really Illinois. Sorry, I'm still miffed about that. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your tracking number and then carry it over to 17track.net, and we're going to paste it right into that line up here. We're going to hit enter, and we're going to go to the other item that's allegedly on its way. Go to Track Package. Do the same thing. Look, it's a different number. It's not the same number. Good, the scammer knows how to change the number. I'm surprised. As you can see, not too much difference between the two, because they use a number generator, but still, the generator doesn't work. It's not going to track any make-believe packages. It's not even going to hit on a package that's actually en route. So, enter the package, enter the numbers into 17-track, and even if you have a legitimate order placed, still use 17-track instead of Amazon. So enter your numbers, hit track, and in a moment, there you go. Not found, not found. What a big surprise, because there is no package. It never was sent. Item is not found at the moment, and usually when that happens, if a package has just been delivered, and it may have not been entered into the system, but usually after an hour, it'll show entered into the system as arriving at whatever station that the dealer happens to take your package to. Well, this is after almost 20, I'd say about 18 hours later, and there is still no information. There's never going to be. It's going to remain not found. So, but it will show you everything. Not found, in transit, pickup, undelivered, delivered, alert, expired. It will show you every bit of information. I love this website, and you should bookmark it when you get here, because you can love it too. If you order a lot of packages, you're going to need to bookmark 17track.net. It's very handy, and will show you exactly where your package is if you have any questions. But since the scammer doesn't have any intention of sending my package whatsoever, there is never going to be a package. It's always going to say not found. So what do you do when you happen to be involved in a scam like this? Well, it's very easy. Like I said, A to Z guarantee from Amazon.com will ensure you will get your refund. What if you don't see any of these negative feedbacks? What if everything is on the up and up? What if everything looks legitimate? What if all of this information here was filled out? You know, it is filled out. It looks legitimate. It looks pretty basic. It looks pretty normal. So a lot of this stuff won't tell you much. What you're really after is the feedback, and what you're really after is the ratio, positive to negative ratio. Now, like I said, all businesses have their downfalls, and it's going to be understandable that you will see a little number in the negative, but not if it's 100%, folks. That's scam right there. So don't get scammed. Look at the negatives, look at the positives, compare and contrast, do the math. I shouldn't have to tell you, right? So there you go. Greg Wilson, you're a scammer. Anyhow, so hopefully this will give you a good idea on how to stay away from the scammers. But in case you happen to have been scammed, then what you need to do to rectify the situation, what you're going to need to do is go into where your orders are by going into your orders. And what you're going to do is click on Get Help with Order. This is how to get into A to Z Guarantee. You're going to get an option called Request Refund through A to Z Guarantee. There will be an option there if the order has been there for a while and you still haven't received it and there's been no updates on it. There's been nothing whatsoever. And this is where the waiting period comes in. If you've been a victim of a scam and you know it's a scam, then you're going to be waiting a bit for this to show up. But since I don't have it yet, the order is still too new for this to show up. But you're going to want to select Request Refund through A to Z Guarantee. When you see that, and usually it shows up closer to when the package says it's going to be delivered, but never did, then that's when you're going to see that option. So select that, and it's going to take you through each step and what you need to do. There's usually 3 steps. Step number 1, contact the seller. Let them know, hey, I haven't received my package. You know, try to do your part in making it seem like it's legitimate. I know they're not legitimate. They don't deserve your legitimacy, but trust me, it's policy. So you got to tough it out. So even if you know the scammer's not going to receive it, they're not going to pay any mind to it, and probably there might not even be there, you still have to make the effort to reach out to them so that they can give you every excuse in the book when they reach out back out to you, assuming they do. Or some of them won't even give you the honor. Now, after a couple of days of not hearing back from them, you go to step 2, and that's to proceed with filing a claim. When you file a claim, they say, wait for a certain amount of time and let us know if the vendor has gotten back to you, and let us know if any of the changes have come about, if the package did show up. They allow you a certain amount of time, usually about 3 days to a week. They'll allow you that time to sort of like work things out, wait for things to happen. If it doesn't already happen by then, come back to us and we'll proceed with the third step, issuing your refund and canceling the order out. So that's the A to Z guarantee. 3 easy steps. It's just taken a lot of time. And that's where the inconvenience comes in. So, I may not be able to show you exactly what the typical China scammer has in their storefront to show exactly that you can pinpoint them as being a scam before you get scammed, but just be very careful. Take a close look at everything I've shown you. Chances are you're going to get your items, you're going to get it through a legitimate place, and even if you have to order it overseas, they will say they are from China, they will say they're from Hong Kong, and chances are they are a legitimate company. Just gotta look for the price, if it compares to other companies and other vendors, and if they all say in the delivery, ships from China, ships from Hong Kong, etc., etc., chances are you can rely on them as much as any other business. But just be careful when you place your orders on Amazon. Know that A to Z Guarantee is on your side. The Amazon staff are wonderful people. They are there to help you, and if you feel that you need further assistance, go to a live chat and they will do what they can to help you along. Amazon is your friend. Amazon wants your business. They don't want scammers to take you away from them. So, lots of luck out there if you use Amazon.com, and try not to get scammed. But if you do feel fishy about something, like they always say, if it's too good to be true, it probably is. So don't go for it if you feel something is off. If you feel something's not kosher, don't do it. If you get a little tingle in the back of your neck, that's probably because you're probably being bitten by fleas. But other than that, if you feel that it's a legitimate company, go for it. But know that if you ever have any problems whatsoever, Amazon will help you through. Just got to be patient and wait out the time necessary to get your items the way you need it. For watching out for scammers, this is Sonic Glue. Take care, everyone. Lots of luck out there. And remember, stay away from scammers because they won't stay away from you. And in the words of the famous David Horowitz, don't let anyone rip you off.